see if anybody come through. I didn't have enough time, but I got inspired because I hadn't been here in a few days. So just want to see if anybody come through. Um, I got to go and do something. So uh, might come in the next couple of days, but I wanted to give a quick short one just to see if anybody been through. Because, been a minute since I've been through and I got to make a step out. So if anybody don't come through, I'll only be on here for like 10, 15 minutes. If someone comes through, I'll do a half hour to see what we talking about. I shot some videos. Um, I talked about a few things. I just got through talking about Clay Thompson. That's gonna be kind of sad for me because I would like to have seen them retire together, but those things happen. I think that's gonna definitely be his last contract, though. I kind of see that he plays beyond 3 more years if he makes it that long, because Lord be with him. But just saying, I give Steph about 3 or 4 more years too. But you can tell they're starting to get long in the tooth, though. So, uh, but anyway, I did some videos. I touched on that Whack BT Awards show last night, and I might have to talk about old Will Smith because it's kind of comical how that has transpired. It's almost like he's acting like he's a victim or something. I'm like, really? That's just sad, 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 sad. So I might do that though. But anyway, I thought I'd come on here just a little bit, see if anybody come through. Um, just chilling, see how everybody's going. We're in July 1st, so welcome to July Fool's Day. Um, 4th is coming up for some people, so it all depends on if we know, and that's going to be an interesting topic in its own self. You know, um, you know, people what they gonna do, how they gonna do with that. So lots of little thoughts and situations though. So um, you know, just one of those things. So I'm just trying to get some stuff going. See what we talking about. Yeah. What's up? What's up? I just coming on for a half hour, so let's chop it up. How you doing? Couldn't really send anything. Timing was, but I thought I owed it to at least come here. I'll be on longer. I'll come on the next time, either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll be on longer, but I do a quickie. Thank you for the yeah, I think it's a smart move. I watched Stephen A and Shannon Sharp Pom Pom, please come to Lakers. I'm like, no, 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 no. You get to go with a younger player and Luca and Kyrie. That would be a steal. Because AD and LeBron are old, get hurt and banged up. They don't have another person that can complement Clay. That's a smart move with Luca and Kyrie and Clay. Oh yeah, where did Tim Hardaway Jr. go? No, he don't trust him because LeBron is old and LeBron can't dominate. His all the stat pad he puts up doesn't dominate no more. That's smart. That's what it's about. Luka can dominate games. Luka just came into a finals. Then no one even saw them go into a finals. So, and I know Clay's gonna want to play with Jason Kidd. That's gonna be another thing with JJ Reduck. You see what I mean? Yeah, well, Tim Hardaway Jr. going to Pistons. You know what that means? That's Saudi Arabia, and he ain't Donovan Mitchell. So good luck with Bickerstaff. Paul George. When I did that video about that, I told you him and Kirk Cousins got to be friends or something because they stay hustling. Smartest people in pro sports, the smartest, not the best, but the smartest. But no, if I'm Clay, that was the smartest move you could go. He wasn't going to the Clippers. He'd only go somewhere where he thinks they could win a chip at this stage. And I do believe that it had something like Clay and he's hot. That series goes at least 6, maybe 7. That's all it takes is a guy like that to get hot for one game and the momentum goes. It's sad for me though, because I liked him and Steph together. And I like seeing cats finish up. This ain't gonna be no Jordan and Pippen thing, but I'll do a video about that tomorrow. I might do that, but it's where they rank all time top 10 duos. There's a little blurry though. I already talked about the Paul George video. I did that, and I ain't gonna touch about Tim Hardaway Jr. I ain't touching that. Yeah, so I'll share this with you. I have a someone who used to be associated with Prince. We were on Instagram together. And so she told me, she said he's supposed to have been Prince's friend and he didn't say nothing about what Prince. And I thought about it for a moment. I said, yeah. Because actually, our exchange is what led me to, because I had been sitting on that for a couple of days. Sometimes I sit on these things until the moment's right. But then when I saw his old beady eyed talking about, I don't know about Joe Biden, I thought, I got to let him have it. Because I'm so tired of Van's fraudulent. He's like be a baby Al Sharpton. He'd be up to no good. He'd be shuffling. And no one ever calls him out. Thank you for about the thing with Harvey. And that was that really shook me up too. You know, I don't know what he said that they did what they did to him. But I know how they are out here though. I know how they are. And that's sad too. It's very sad. But that's the kind of stuff we go through as content creators. Um, I had one warning back in 19 because Trump, there was some drug and I had mentioned it and it turned out to be factual and they still put that on me. No, you can't. No, the elder like what I said too. The elder, um, I'm aware of stuff. I'm aware of stuff. We got a lot of spies going down and they picky about what they want. There are certain entertainers and athletes that they don't want you touching. Certain things that you got to say in code. And they definitely have martial law. There's a lot of that. What's up, Trey? There's a lot of that. A lot of them. And in different nationalities too. It ain't just black. Because if they don't like something, they have them in different racial backgrounds too. Oh, I know. The only problem I have with that song, though, is that he's talking about Drake, who happens to be half black, and you can't, you gotta be specified because y'all did work together. He did do a song with him, and he is a peer of his. So you gotta, it's not like, oh, I wish Not Like Us was like a diss to Eminem. You don't know how I wish it was. Or, see, Drake, it's like I'm torn. I did like some of Kendrick's stuff. Not Like Us is catchy. I like the chorus part about the slave run. It's just not using Drake as it. That's the problem. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's like I'm like part of me likes that song. Part of me likes that song, but then part of me cringes at it. I think he says the N word. I think the way he goes, because some of it is just it's kind of like, and the thing is this. it's never a diss where it's a full takeover because it's like it's something about it. While well, I think I'm gonna say it like this: I ain't no big Drake fan, but dissing Drake is corny. I'm just saying I like it, but it's the wrong person. I will if he says something else that I find offensive, because I don't understand why. But first of all, let me let this play out. Let me answer this real quick. Remove that one. We're gonna talk sports related. So as long as you behave yourself, and as long as you don't say nothing. Is he really a third option? Is he really a third option? Wasn't he a third option with the Clippers? What has he shown? No one cares about that Ted. I did a video about it, and if I get 3 people liking it, I just did that because it was like one of them things. Like only if this was like 2014, only if this was 2014. But would he have taken Tony Parker's job? I don't know what that acronym means, Angry Mexican. So please explain it. Now, someone explain what that acronym means because he keeps saying it before I decide to take another piece of action because I'm taking some of these messages off, but I want to know what that means. So tell me what IDBC mean because I don't use that terminology. So tell me what that means. I only wish I did like the CP3 move. I don't. If this was 10 years ago, but this ain't 10 years ago. He old. Uh, Pro black is not meaning anti white. So let's get something straight. I don't promote hate. I have strong opinions, but I don't go around saying I hate. I've had people say that towards me and they've been very foul. And I don't have to go into the record about white players I like or and I've said that plenty of times. If you must know, and I'm going to address this since this got brought up, I could put Larry Bird as the greatest basketball player ever if I choose to. I can make a strong case for him. Baddest white boy I ever saw, with all due respect to Jerry West and Rick Barry, and then Havlicek. Though, and those are like, there are some. There's no anti. No, I wouldn't say that. That's gotta go. I don't like trolls coming through. If you're gonna talk about a subject, feel free. I'm a big boy. I can handle conversations and then conflict, but I just want to make sure that we're on a page where we grown. If I see anything that's offensive or problematic, it's got to go. How you gonna make them? What they did? Then they did something with Kevin Love. I laughed. I cringed. I cringed. So angry Mexican, are you talking about me? My political views are really. Is that what you're talking to me? That's what you're saying to me? I can live with that. I got no problem with that. I'm not gonna kick you out for difference of opinion because I have to learn. You see, in order for me to grow, I have to learn. No, I don't. I will say this, Trey. We can have a different of opinion as long as you're not firing and saying anything that's offensive. My sports is a relations to politics and race, though. Ironically, that's okay. I'm not supposed to be agree with everything. There are people who don't agree with everything, but we get along. We civil. We vent. You know, no. I make no. And first of all, when we talk politics, I have no dog out of Trump and Biden. They both suck and racist and Archie Bunker type. So I've let that be known. You watch my videos, that don't change. I want reparations, or I just sit on my back. That's how I feel about that. Um, I do. Okay, ask Ted how I feel about Jokic. Well, I don't know who you is, Rudy. If I don't, give you a fist, give you a pound, peace. But whatever. I don't know what that is. Um, Race relations. I talk because as a black man in America with 3 Ks or wherever I go, race is a very strong issue. If you were one generation removed from Jim Crow and you had family and went through a lot of pain and stuff that still is traumatic, you would not forget. So that's all I got to say about that. Now, Ted will tell you, I come a long way with Jokic. Jokic is one of the 10 greatest centers ever. He's somewhere in my 6, 7, 8 chain. It depends. I got a lot of respect for him. I have not seen, because we're having a conversation. And so until something goes awry, we're just talking. And I'm talking about Jokic right now. How are you a minority in America? What's your ethnicity? And you were just asking me about Jokic. How are you a minority in America? I need to know. And I'm only going to be on here for another 20 minutes. So, how are you a minority in America? Anyway, what I was saying is I have a lot of respect for Jokic. He made himself into one of the greatest centers ever and a great talent. Now he has to go and win another ring. And if he wins another ring and all that, no, you're not looked at as the lowest of the lows. African Americans are. See, the thing about Mexicans is you can almost pass for white. It depends on which area you want to go into. I grew up around Latino community. Now I'm not it, but I can speak on something that I know of. I lived in Texas, and you weren't the lowest of the low. What are we given? What are we given? If Trey and Ted are around, ask you, what are we given? I want to know. Now, see, You want to go there, you better come with some good answers, and you better have a strong. They want you banned from here. I want to know. You put yourself out here to say this stuff, so back yourself up. What are we giving? How? What are we giving? What are we giving? Come to the hood. Come to the hood in America and see how good you had it in Mexico. You got a country you can go back to. What do we have that we go back to? We can't go back to Africa because we don't know who we are. And we come to America and we can't go but so far without them telling us that we don't belong. So imagine that you're a hyphenated person in a country that doesn't embrace neither side of you. The hood ain't no cakewalk because do you understand that the hood is designated by a government that controls and they can have someone from Mexico like El Chapo who can make profit to said hood. What is the hood exactly? The hood is another plantations. Hurt themselves from a plantation based country that with all the amendments that were used against them became they used to be legal, now they're illegal. Do explain. Do you have your own language? Can you go to Mexico and speak Spanish fluently? Answer my question. Can you speak Spanish fluently? Do you have your own surname? Let's just stick to the education bit because school is in session now. You want to go there? I'm going to come back with you. If you have not been stripped of your surname or your tongue, then you got a point. But you have not been stripped of your surname or your tongue. You have identity. What you have is a place you can call refuge and go back to. I ain't waiting for responses, but you're not talking. This is why nobody wants you around because if you're going to bring up a point, you better bring it the facts left and right. Let me tell you a story too. A lot of USA people go to Mexico to visit. How many people go to the hood to visit? Who puts guns in the neighborhood? Who put crack and drugs in the neighborhood? Family didn't migrate here. Some families were brought over here. I know that you can talk. You can't answer my questions because you can't. This is why they don't want you here. You're not answering my questions. Did you lose your surname and did you get your tongue clipped where you can't use different your proper dialect? Proper dialect is African Americans who are able to talk with the tone. You sound like you've been hanging around Ted Cruz. I ain't pointing the finger at no everybody. I'm pointing the finger at one situation that has been vile. That's not everybody. tongue was clipped because it's not the native tongue. It means a lot. You haven't had it happen, so you can't really speak on it. People who don't know, don't know. I didn't either. You were sharing to your ancestors. Of course, I'm going to. We were a product of our family. Who wouldn't? The talk now in America? The talk now in America? What do you think the Reggie Jackson conversation was about a couple weeks ago? You don't forget. How would you not know that I was part of being police profiled when I was falsely accused of something within the past decade? Yeah, you talk, but you don't walk. And I went through that. hmm If you loved your grandparents or your parents, you would shed tears for them no matter what because it would be painful. But you gonna tell me you're that heartless and you don't have a soul. You didn't either, and you're shedding tears for your ancestors. I think that remark about you didn't neither and you're shedding tears for your ancestors still about cut the cut the rope with me and you. I'm done talking to him. Yes, I will shed tears for my ancestors because they went through things that no one should have to go through. Hmm. Well, I guess nobody else is coming through, and I'm not gonna be talking to Angry Mexican here to bite the dust. Said one thing too many, so I'll give anybody who wants to talk a couple minutes. I am done. Be on for a couple minutes. If I don't see nobody, I'll just call it a night. Anyway, That did not end too well, so that's unfortunate. I tried to give the cat the benefit of the doubt to talk like an adult. Didn't want to do it. I'm not gonna be dealing with people disrespecting certain things, so that's where we are. Anyway, looks like nobody else is gonna come through, so I'm gonna think I'll just call it a night. I'll be back in the next day or two. We'll see how it go. Appreciate the ones that came through. It was all too brief, but anyway, I'll be on for one more minute, then I'm gonna call it a night. So anyway, we'll call it an evening. Um, Try to do better next time. So this one wasn't too successful. So, but anyway, appreciate the ones that hit the like, subscribe, and I will catch you another time. And hopefully, we'll have a better Q&A session, and people stay on. All right, till next time. Peace. The best. I'm out.